Hey guys, it's Tony, and me and my group are gonna go over nematodes with you today, and we're gonna do it as fast as possible.
Hey guys, so the first roundworm we're going to go over is Toxocara canis. It is a dog roundworm. The predilection site for these parasites, you can find it in the small intestine, also in the lungs, but mostly in the small intestines. The appearance for it is a round, rigid parasite. It has a thick outer layer and it's dark in the inner layer, and it is zoonotic. The second roundworm we're going to go ahead and cover is Toxocara cati. It is a feline roundworm. That is the common name. The also the predilection site is the small intestine. For felines, they will have like dull hair and more vomiting. The appearance for these, it's a smoother edge than the Toxocara canis, and it is a bit lighter in the inside. The next is Tososcaris leonina. It is a canine roundworm. It can affect dogs, cats, wild canids, and felines. The predilection site for these is the small intestine as well, the small intestine mucosa. It is smaller than the Toxocara canis and more oval, and it has for me a thin outer layer. And all ages can be affected in the animals. The fourth roundworm is the Baliscaris procyon. It's a raccoon roundworm. It's smaller than the Toxocara canis, also more oval, and it's the inside is bigger. The outer is smaller, the inside is bigger. And these are mostly, in fact, like you can find it in raccoons. All the roundworms are zoonotic. And then next we're gonna go to the next this parasite, which is called Trichuris vulpis. It is not zoonotic. The common name is whipworm. It is in dogs and cats. There's no intermediate host. The appearance is more oval and has like two knobs on each end.
Okay, so my name is Briori, and today I will be talking to you about Ancylostoma caninum. The most common name for it is the dog hookworm, and one thing to note about it, it does cause anemia in puppies, and it also causes bloody diarrhea and stool. The next one is Ancylostom tubiform. This is also known as the common hookworm in kittens. It also causes anemia in kittens, bloody stool, and yes, both of those are zoonotic as well. And the next one is Ancylostom brasilensis, which is the common hookworm for dogs and cats. This one causes anemia in both of them as well. It can migrate extensively through the skin, and the preparing period for this one is 3 to 4 weeks. Unicerius, Ucinarius I'm sorry, please excuse me for that. But the most common name for this one is the cold weather hookworm. This one is found more up north where it's more common. It's colder up there versus down here in Texas. For this one, you will see less pathogens. You may see lesions on the feet where the larvae have penetrated the skin. And last but not least, we have Dirofilaria immitis, which is also known as the heartworm. The definitive host for this one is dogs. The intermediate host are mosquitoes. A fun fact about this one, incidental hosts can be cats, humans, and as well as ferrets.
Hello everybody, my name is Michael and I'll be talking about more different types of nematodes, starting with the Strongyloides stercoralis, or more commonly known as the threadworm. One of the things that pop out to me about this worm is that the very thin tail it has, almost resembling a stinger of some kind, which is how I came up with the personal identification of it looking like a scorpion worm. As stated previously, it has an appearance that seems to become more fine down the length of its body. A good thing to note about Strongyloides stercoralis is that the egg is almost completely transparent under a microscope, and it's mostly asymptomatic, but it might cause diarrhea. Next in line is the Physloptera species. Not holding a common name, it is a parasite that likes to live in the stomach. One thing that stuck out to me is that the eggs tend to resemble beads at first glance. The appearance of the Physloptera species goes to show that the parasite itself seems to enjoy curling itself up into a seashell-like fashion. And by stomach, I meant small intestine, by the way. Now, some important things to note: this parasite is that it's mostly asymptomatic, but it might cause dark stools, vomiting, and anorexia. Next, we got Spira circulupi, also not housing a common name, but this parasite stems out due to its source of predilection site, being the esophagus. The eggs tend to have a very dedicated capsule shape and a thread-like membrane going straight down the middle of it. Symptoms may cause vomiting and difficulty swallowing. Now we have the feline lungworm known as Ailurostrongylus abstrusis. As expected, this parasite lives in the lungs and is a pretty unique host of a snail, intermediate host. The appearance of the eggs resemble whipworm eggs, but they are not as symmetrical as the regular ones. Usually, common symptoms would include common cough, chronic cough, weight loss, and dyspnea, which is shortness of breath. Last and finally, we got the Philoroides. Similar to Physloptera, these forms have the curl. However, in Philoroides, they're a lot more obvious to notice and almost look like small snail shells in some cases. The definitive host of this is a dog, and is usually transmitted where the mother is licking her puppies, and one major symptom is a chronic cough.
Hey guys, it's Tony again. I'm gonna go over the last parasites with you, starting off with Eucoleus aerophilus. It looks a lot like whitworm. That's how I remember it, except it has imperfect knobs. They're slightly to the edge, and it's the fox lungworm. So its predilection site is the bronchioles, and its symptoms are cough. Capillary is the bladder worm, and the way I remember it looks like whitworm but a lot smaller, and its intermediate host is the earthworm. Next is Diactophyma renale, which is the giant kidney worm. The way I remember it is it looks like a giant prune, and it causes kidney failure and can be deadly if left untreated. Next is Celosia californiensis, and this is the eye worm. The only way you can diagnose it is physically if you see it in the eye, and the only way you can treat it is if you remove it also physically. And the intermediate host is the housefly. That's all, guys. Thanks for watching, and remember, the semester's almost over.